Warning. Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Easy Monday motivation. 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 Easy Monday motivation.
Easy. Hey, what's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? Welcome to season 2 of Easy Monday Motivation. It is your homeboy E of Scotch with E, checking in with my lovely crew that always make it do what it do. I've missed you guys, but we back for season 2. Spin it over to Johnny, my liege. How you be?
Oh, fantastic, because I'm here with y'all. Season 2, kicking it off. Like, let's do it, right? Let's do it.
So pumped.
Go.
Checking in with my homeboy in the corner, CT. What is going on, my G? How you doing?
What's good? What's up? Glad to be back. Oh, it feels good.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
It feels good.
It really does. Yeah.
Shoot. I don't know why.
I have missed you guys tremendously. Actually, I did not know that I would feel the way that I felt. Went on vacation, had a lot of fun, did a lot of stuff over the holidays. I hope you guys got to enjoy it as well. You know, we had the little holiday video that I really enjoyed where we tell the stories and stuff. And
shout out to Cam.
Shout out to the man in the chair, Cam. He chopped that video, and I would say the other part with Paul Wall.
What's up?
I would say the whole Paul Wall thing he chopped in, but I'm gonna leave the less for the rest of the stuff out. But I'm so excited that I get to come back in this space with you guys. I actually kind of got a little emotional. I was like, dang man, I ain't talked to my people. I didn't feel motivated, right? I kind of was missing out on some of the things that motivated me, which was talking to you guys. So I want to check in with you, see how things are going while we're out. And then, we're going to kick off to a special thing this season. We're doing something a little different. And I'm going to let you guys introduce it because I do a lot of talking in the beginning, but we're just going to check in, make sure everybody's okay. And then we're going to get it going for season 2 because we got a new way we do what we do. So let me check in with you first, CT. What's going on, man? How was your holiday? How was Christmas? How was New Year's?
What's up, man? Listen, every year, the Thompsons do their little Florida thing. And that is just like the last 4 years now.
So y'all are destined to do Florida every year.
How clever you are, my friend. And the community we're in is called Destiny. So we're destined for our destiny to be dialed up during the holidays. So it's always such a fantastic time, celebrating family and being able to reconnect in a different way. And more importantly, being able to unplug, recharge, step away from some of the grind. And this is the time of year that we're in. I just love, and this week is my birthday. So the last couple years, I've taken some time to celebrate birthday with family, play a little golf. So really excited for this next week coming up because I'm off from a work perspective. Okay. And just going to enjoy some time with family. They'll be here too, and just doing our thing. And I'm just glad to be, like you said, I did miss you. I did. I think it was that first Monday we was off. I was just like, am I supposed to be doing something right now? Where am I? So I'm so glad to be back. As they say in church, I'm so glad to be in the house of the Lord again. I'm so glad to be in the house of EMM again with Pastor E and Reverend Dr. Johnny and and Bishop Cam behind the scenes. Giving y'all some motivation. So, I'm so glad to be back in the house, man. So, yeah,
I'm happy that it sounds beautiful. And, it's always great to have a great destination to go to every year, and I'm glad that you guys got to go have fun. And I'm looking forward to your birthday because it sounds like you might be able to have some chaos on my behalf, and I'm going to invoke that. So, Mel, if you're checking in, you know what I'm saying, just make sure to sprinkle a little chaos. You know what I'm saying, for his birthday, because I know he like everything clean and neat. But you know, a little chaos from his homeboy E.
Be good for him.
Just a
I
little bit.
appreciate that. I appreciate.
Make it enjoyable chaos though, because you know how I do. So, but I want to come over and check with you, Johnny, my leash. How was your New Year? How was your Christmas? How was the time off?
It was so good. It's probably my favorite time of the year because it's all about family. It's all about family and just being together. And that's exactly what we did. We ate a whole lot. I'm paying for it now. I got to wear sweatpants and stretchy pants over the next couple of weeks till I get back to where I was before. But seriously, like, it was so good. My mother-in-law always comes and stays with us like the week of Christmas. So she was here. Then my sister came, my parents came, and we just had just a really good time. So our house was full of just love and playing cards, watching movies, all of those things. So, and I'm always sad when it's over. So I'm glad that we're starting back up, because you're right. I was just like, CT, isn't this something I'm supposed to be doing right now? I'm just sitting here on a Monday. So I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that you're back as well. And shout out to Big Sister Trouble, who you know, always gets Johnny into trouble. When she gets messy, she get messy with you as the best.
That's right.
That's right. So I had a wonderful vacation, guys. I know we had a little bit of time to kind of catch up on it, but I got to spend time with my youngest son, and I also got to go to New Orleans. New Orleans was amazing. I always recommend to go travel when you have an opportunity. So I got to go down to Bourbon Street, and I was swerving on that bourbon. I was okay. We're gonna be honest. I had a lot of fun, and then we got on a Carnival cruise boat. Me and my son. He's 17, and when I say we took over that boat and had the time of our lives, listen, like, we had too much fun. Like, my son played live in Costa Maya, Mexico. He just jumped in and played with a band. We did a cooking thing, you know, in Cozumel, where we got to cook and make drinks, learn how to make horchata and rum chata and, you know, different dishes. So, like, all of the elements of fun that I would enjoy, but I got to do it with my son, and just to watch the young man be so, you know, so amazing. It was, you know, tears, and I still got the proud papa tears in my heart.
Yeah.
You just well up. I don't know what it is. You see your kids doing stuff and you just well up. You're like, I'm not crying. Like, this is a good thing. I'm crying. This is a horrible face I'm making, but it's a good thing. Like, this is, it's a horrible thing. Just know that, you know, all fathers fight that face. So, and just to let you guys know, the fish are on till. They've been wonderful ever since I've kind of changed the ecosystem, moved some things around. The fish have been really good. So we had a really good Christmas. They had an auto feeder that was feeding them and overfed them. So yeah, it was yeah.
Do the fish have to wear jogging pants too for the next couple of weeks? Is there?
Seriously. Yeah, I put all my fishing trainers. They all have waist trainers. Just know that. I do. All of my fish have waist trainers right now. I just don't mess up their fins. I'm gonna take them off in a couple of weeks. But I literally put food on one side to make them swim that side, and put food on the other side to make them swim the other side. We working out for that food, okay? Just know that they swim in laps. We're gonna burn some calories. But yeah, that was my holiday. But I want to kick it over to you guys. We're doing something different this year, and we had this brainstorming session where we introduced some new ideas and things we want to do. So, Johnny, I'm gonna kick it over to you so we can talk about what we're gonna do in today's episode.
What we gonna do?
Yeah, well, today's episode, we thought it would be perfect to kick off the season with interviews with each one of us, right? So that not only can our viewers and listeners get to know us a little bit better and what motivates us and what's bringing us here to the table all together, but also so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. Because one thing I know for sure is that we are so much more alike than what we are different. And when we get to understand each other a little bit better, it increases our empathy. We get along. It just enhances our relationships overall and makes us better people. So why not just start with each other, right? And let's interview, right?
I agree.
And of course, E is going to be our first person up.
Hey, we should go ahead and put the disclaimer. We'll put a disclaimer up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say sorry before they ask any questions. I don't know what answers I'm gonna give because I don't know the questions.
Yeah, and we're not responsible for any of his responses.
The opinions expressed by E.
Thank you, CT. We're just trying to get to know you a little bit better, okay? So Don't start no trouble, E.
Don't start no stuff, won't be
You
no
know
stuff,
what?
but it's gonna
All
be
right.
because
This is, I will say this before we get started.
Okay.
I'm going to bring the new E this year. So
Oh,
you guys will get to interview the new E this year.
boy.
Are there elements of the OE in there? Yes,
I'm
because
like,
you
it
know,
better be. It better
yeah,
be.
like
I
yeah,
still-
because
yeah, I need that.
yeah, like you know, like a good bourbon or scotch, you got to age some of it, right? You know what I'm saying? But some of it need to be new and blended. So I got some new blended sections, but I got some good age stuff. So we can go ahead and play around with it.
Well, that's a perfect segue into my very first question. So, as a mother, one thing that I've noticed about your children is that they are always some version of the person of who they are. Right. I mean, I remember when I was carrying my girls in the womb, their personalities are very similar. My oldest was hyper and all over the place, much like right now. And my youngest, I used to have to like push on my tummy a little bit and say, Allie, are you in there? And still to this day, I'm like, Alex, what's going on? Are you all right? Because she's so chill. So my first question for you is who is little E? Who was little E? And how much of little E is the one that's present with us today? Tell us about just a little bit about him.
I grew up the second son of my mother. So, you know, finding out that you are always in second place is as a middle child was something I had to kind of chew on early. So young E and baby E was always looking up to his older brother and his older cousins and all of those people who had distinction amongst them, amongst the group of us, because we had a lot of cousins and a lot of family, probably like 11 or 12 of us all hung around. We're all around the same age. And the way that we were referred to was Fredo and Eric. And I have always been a stickler for words. So little E would read the dictionary to understand words that he would hear people say. That way, when the adults would talk, he knew what they were talking about while the rest of the kids didn't know. I didn't tell him that I was reading it, and I know, you know, I didn't explain that this is how I was, but it's just what I did. My mom eventually caught on and started giving me cookbooks and medical books and things to read other than the dictionary. So I would actually learn things, and I helped her with her homework and stuff. So I was always a really giving kid, but I was always a processor, right? I was always the kid that paid attention to the details and like, what does this tell me? I would always ask, what does this say? What is it telling me? What is this action telling me? When I was a kid, you know, I would watch other people in my family have the things that I desired and I didn't have it. So it also made me want to work hard to get things and not depend on other people. So I was a very young, strong-minded, focused young man, but I was really loving and caring and giving. And I wanted to see people be happy. And I was one of those people who would do the physical comedy. I throw myself on a wall. I would do all the stupid stuff, like Chris Farley, right? Like I was a young, like version of Chris Farley, because I'd go out here and do all type of physical stuff. I would do the Howie Mandel's and all of the everything. That's the era I grew up in. And that's the way I saw laughter and life be generated from these people, these like John Candy, and and I was always a bigger person, right? Like I was bigger than my brother and I was bigger than my sisters and them. So it was really hard on me to be always a step ahead of most people in some senses, but then not considered on the same level as them. And it created complexity in me to prove myself to myself at a very early age.
Yeah. I'm
still pretty much that same person.
Yeah, sounds like
I've never really changed, because the thing that I really held on to was that people grow up and then people age. So there's some areas that it's okay to grow in, and there's some areas you don't have to grow in, and you can just get better with age in. So I've really worked to balance that, to continue to be the young man that I was in age as a child and hold on to my childish natures and things that I enjoyed about being a child. But then I grew in the areas that I needed to be a good man, to be a productive citizen in the world, to be an example of a father, because I knew I needed to grow in these certain areas. But yeah, I'm still the child that will knock stuff out of your hand and stand there in your face and laugh because I just like the reaction.
Oh, yeah, you very much are.
Yes.
But your response is right in line. I mean, that describes you to a T of who you are. As soon as you said you read the definitions in dictionaries when listening to adults conversations, I said, oh my God, this is him. This is E, right? That's who you are.
But Johnny, it gives this moment, and like inside of me, I'm like, wait. On the screen, we introduced him as the agent of chaos.
Bring it back.
There it is.
Bring it back.
The agent of chaos. And you pushed him on this whole like Lil E thing, right?
Yeah.
I want to know when Lil E, because Lil E sounds like he's still there, and we may have to change his name on the screen, but that's for a whole nother pod. But I want to know when you became the agent of chaos and what actually does it mean, so that the easy motivationers know exactly who they're dealing with on this pod.
I became an agent of chaos when I was 13 years old.
Age people.
Oh yeah, I know it because I knew the day and I knew the moment that I chose to do it. Like I chose to embrace chaos, because you hear chaos and all you hear is negative. All you hear is negative most of the time. Let's say something's going wrong. If you introduce chaos into something that's going wrong, that could be something right. Chaos is always misconceived as something negative. Sometimes you need chaos. You know what really helps a child calm down? Chaos. You know what helps a child learn? Structure. So in order to get something out of a child, you give them chaos, because that allows for them to go and unleash everything. And you can learn so much out of the chaos you create around them. But if you create structure, if they don't read, then you're not going to get the most out of them because they don't read, right? But if you create a scenario where everything is off limits, you find so much out, because you'll find what people naturally want to do when there's no structure there, which is why I embrace chaos. Chaos will teach you more about yourself, because if you don't care, there's no structure, there's nothing around to stop you, what would you do? Who would you help? Like it opens the question of, it kind of like creates the question of, if you had an endless amount of money, what would you do? That question of, if you could do whatever in any instance, what would you do? That's how I see chaos. I see chaos as the invocation of opportunity and endless, infinite chances to do A, B, C, or D. So when I was about 13 years old, my birthday came around. Now, guys, don't feel bad for me, okay? Like I've been to therapy and everything, okay? Let me preface it. I've been to therapy for the things that I'm gonna tell you, okay?
Okay.
Is that past tense, or we keep going? I'm sorry.
Yes, I have gone to therapy. I think that's past tense. Okay, so therapy has been experienced for said subject. I was about 13 years old. My birthday came around, and me and my brother are Irish twins. Now, for those that don't know what Irish twins are, they are people who they share the same age for a specific amount of time throughout the year. So they're not like born on the same day, but they're siblings that have a period of time that, they're the same age. So me and my brother are Irish twins. On my 13th birthday, and my birthday is the beginning of March and his is at the end of March, I really wanted something and I asked for it and I didn't get it. And I was totally looked over. And I didn't understand it. And then later on, my father had celebrated my brother's birthday. And I finally understood why. Because my dad was more comfortable with my brother than he was with me. Mm-hmm. And he had created this era of how he would operate. And that's how things would get done. Well, I looked at myself and said, am I a deserving kid? Well, yeah, I get good grades. I'm responsible. Yeah, I got my little mishaps. I'm a child. I mean, of course. But for the most part, I should be treated the same as the rest of my siblings. Okay. Well, until I do, I'm going to be an agent of chaos. I am going to do everything I can in every scenario that I can think of that will get people to pay me the attention that I may want in those moments for the reasons that I want. So if I went to school and I got in trouble in class, it's because I wanted my parents to pay attention and I really got good grades and I'm gonna act up today so you can actually give me some credence to the work that I've done. Because otherwise not, the person who just does what you're supposed to do doesn't get told good job most of the time. And I experienced that very early. So I really utilize chaos as a weapon in my arsenal to be able to say, if I can't get what I want, I'll just blow everything up until there's nothing there but what I can get. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, can you see like what like chaos looks like and how that shows up?
Yes. Yes.
Like,
I mean, I've invoked it with y'all before, so y'all know.
Yes.
So let me pull on something you said, right? So you said, so let's just say, you know, we see these on socials all the time. So E, in the spirit of chaos, you win the lottery, $100 million. What does chaos look like with that $100 million with you?
I won $100 million.
Oh God.
I disappear. I 100% just fall off the map. Nobody knows where I am, what I'm doing, where I went, and I make people wonder for a couple months, and then I reappear as a Champagne Poppy Part 2. I bought an island somewhere, and like I still have the same job and everything. Like it will be like, whoa, hey, what happened? We can't tell the difference of who you are now. I would just change up a lot of things about myself. You would not know where I was or what I was doing. And that's chaos for me.
That's what's up.
That is what's up. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. Okay, E. So you are a person who loves to learn new things, really loves to challenge himself. So what is the last skill you learned, and what is something that is on your list to learn in the future?
Man, that's an excellent question. So I toil as a mixologist and a private cook at home, chef, whatever people want to call it. Thank you. And what I focus on is technique. Because I think a lot of people skip over the fact that cooking is just the culmination of techniques applied to different ingredients, and that's all it is. So what I've been focusing on of late is more techniques around just basic things that are shelf and have extended shelf life and, you know, hold long for people that would be able to enjoy different types of foods. So one of them is pickling. Like I've been mastering pickling to the point to where I've made pickled green beans, pickled radishes, pickles, and I've given them out as tasters to see what type of feedback I got. And people order pickles now because of the fact that they've eaten mine. Like I have a whole, people just constantly hit me up for the stuff that I'm trying to learn how to make. And that's all I'm trying to do is learn the different techniques. So between food and drink, I mean, I'm constantly learning stuff. I've learned how to make a toulet, which is a flour and oil based garnish. And then you could use food coloring. So all you really do is you're just cooking flour and oil until it dries up and becomes kind of hard and it looks like a piece of coral from the ocean. Yeah. And then you can garnish that, put it into a drink, and it looks really, really nice. So it's just stuff like that I just practice and focus on just for my crafts of food and drink.
Oh, and those pickled green beans are nothing to be played with. Those things are delicious. The kids was like, oh, we want some more of that. It was so good. Just a quick follow-up question. What has cooking or being a mixologist taught you about life?
That everything is cooking. Life is cooking. I mean, in any aspect of life, you apply the same principles of cooking to it, right? Like there's some things you got to do fast, there's some things you got to do slow, but you got to know how to do it. You got to know when to do it. That you're going to make mistakes, and those mistakes are supposed to teach you, and not for you to feel like you have to throw everything away. Find out what you did right and what you messed up, and then apply those things and fix those mess ups so you get better. The fact that everything requires some level of research, which every recipe requires, right? Everything requires you to know what you need. Well, you can't cook anything without base ingredients and knowing what those base ingredients are. So as I saw so many parallels to how you have to execute in every way in life to cooking, and then also realizing what cooking is. Cooking is feeding your soul.
Yeah, it is.
Cooking is literally feeding your soul. You are putting in the nutrients that carry your body and give you the sparks of energy to be successful. If you put bad food in, you get bad results. You put good food in, you get good results. And it's literally what it is. Yeah. The man who is making the decisions to eat the healthier food is going to have a healthier life.
Yeah.
And it's just what you have to do every day. It's a base requirement. That's the reason why it's very important to me. And I think that life reflects cooking very well to me.
I love that. That's a beautiful answer.
You know, Johnny, there's a level of depth I feel like we're learning from E that maybe others might not have had access to, which leads to, I think, the question that all of our single easy motivationers are wanting to know.
Yeah.
The thing that I know, Johnny, you and I both bring to this conversation, a marital situation. Yes. And E, Cam, in the background, if you please isolate our guest for today. E, the people want to know.
Yes, they do.
Speaking of cooking, if the meal called E showed up at the table, what is what do you call that? The appetizer? There you go. What is the entree and what is the dessert that E is serving up for anybody who wanted to know? Cook for me now. Cook for me, E.
Yes.
Cook for me.
Yes. All right. If I'm cooking for somebody in particular, and the point of it is for me to serve them, I'm going to investigate what they like. If they're pasta, if they like pasta, if they like, types of cuisine. No matter what the type of cuisine is, I would nail it down to a base appetizer. Probably start with some sort of fruit. I could make some whipped fruit salad. It's very simple with berries and grapes, strawberries and blackberries, because we want natural sweeteners as well. That would be how we start off with our desserts, because I like to invoke chaos in the scenario. So we're going to start with dessert first. Then we will move to an appetizer. An appetizer would probably also have some sort of base in fruit, because I believe that giving people natural sweeteners allows for them to better experience food. So maybe a tart, or I would even play around with something that had cherried tomatoes in it, just for subtle sweetness. So you could even make like the nice caprese chicken salad or something. Put that to the side, and then we would finalize the meal with something like a Tuscan chicken. Yeah, Tuscan chicken pasta with the nice Alfredo, robust spinach. That would give us a 3-course meal. And then, of course, because I'm a mixologist, I would automatically make something to drink with it. So depending on, ladies do typically like sweeter drinks. So we probably would make something floral with a nice bouquet. I would probably top it with the Prosecco and then garnish it with probably mint and strawberries, because women seem to like those. Yeah, that's what I would serve if I was just cooking up something for somebody on the fly, or I would just make me.
You had to end it like that with the music.
Of course, I know, right? Who did that song?
Cooking with E. Let's go.
Oh my God. It was the music for me.
That was amazing. I know. I had to like get my tone to it. Like I had to rock with it. I'm like, oh,
and
man.
I'm like, yes, I love that you went with it. That was the best part about all of it. You didn't like get embarrassed. You said, oh no, I'm embracing this.
All right, that's what we doing. Okay.
He was cooking. He was cooking, Johnny. He was cooking.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this one since we on this subject. I wasn't even going to, but I'm going to now since CT brought it up.
We here.
Your ideal mate, right?
Mm.
Your ideal mate has to have one quality. This is a non-negotiable quality that this mate absolutely has to have. What is that one?
Agreeableness.
Ooh, say more.
She said one trait. I want her
No,
to be
say
agreeable.
more about that. No, but I want you to say more about what that means.
But E, for real, yeah. Okay,
all
all
right. Yes, agreeable.
Do you really want somebody to agree with you?
No. I want the ability to be agreeable because I've been single now for a few years, and dating is war. Like you're constantly battling with who should be doing this and what's the expectation and yada yada. Like, so hold on. How about we actually just start from a place of you're a man, I'm a, like whatever, and we go from there, right? And start to understand each other so that we know what we are willing to agree to. What do we really want out of this scenario? If you just want to have fun and go out for something to eat, sometimes I may want to do that. But today I don't feel like that. So I should be able to say, I don't want to deal with certain things. I feel like I should be able to have my standards and boundaries. And I don't think a lot of people agree with that. So I really want to find somebody who gets the notion of, I'm not trying to argue with you about everything. I don't need to fight about stuff. I'm pretty even kiltered and, I have a lot of common sense. So I can, and I don't want to be right all the time. I absolutely don't. So I just want somebody.
Is a certain level of compromise, you think? Or is it, or were you right with what you said? I don't know.
I don't think people compromise as much as they, should.
Okay.
Johnny, I think we've also revealed something here.
What's that?
So now I gotta because now we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I believe we now have reached the portion of our show today, which reveals why he is still not in a relationship. Because I'm just saying, like I'm 25 in, and yeah, it's what comes with it. So in the spirit of where we are, like we're just talking about you, E. You're just providing us insight into E. She said one characteristic attribute that you would be looking for in someone else. What do they get when they get you?
Oh, that's a great question.
Okay.
Well, I am a provider. I am a protector. I do try to secure my family and the people around me. I'm considerate. I'm thoughtful. I'm giving. I can be nurturing. I definitely am I'm a problem solver where I need to be, but I'm also the man who will allow for you to have the space that you need to figure stuff out, because it's not always on me to figure stuff out. Sometimes, people just want to vent. So go ahead. I listen. I'm a very good listener.
Yes,
I give good feedback. And I'm always honest, like to a fault, to the point to where my direct honesty offends some people. Mm-hmm. So, and I know how to tell you how I feel. I'm not one of those guys who's going to hide his emotions. If I like you and you make me feel good, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to show you, so you never will have to guess where you are.
This is very true. This is very true. I was over here in the amen corner. Sorry. I was like,
I done seen that man say it. Girl, he cut him like a rug.
No, not at all. But that's one of my favorite qualities. That was going to be one of my comments or questions about you being such a great listener, because I really do think you are. I'm such a talker that there's been plenty of times that I can tell when someone is listening, when they're waiting to respond, or when they just totally block me out. Sometimes I don't even care. I just keep talking. But you're a really good listener. I really appreciate that about you, for sure. So, and you're honest. So those are my favorite qualities about you.
Oh, thank you. I think one thing else, I do think one thing that I also do is I simplify things for people. I have a very good ability to summarize or simplify things for people and bring it to the level that they need it to be, giving them an analogy or just, you know, being descriptive and talking about it. So I'm a pretty good communicator too.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Johnny, let me lob the last question to our boy, if it's
All
all
right.
right.
Yeah, that's
So,
perfect.
we are on our favorite space, right? Easy Monday motivation. And at the heart of this pod, we desire to motivate the listener, and we are motivation for each other. So, in the spirit of our pod, like why we're here, what is the motivation you want the people listening right now to hear from your heart to their ears today? What's your motivational heart message for the people?
That somebody thoroughly and honestly believes in you. Like, I do not put anybody in a box of they can't. You'd have to show me you're incapable before I think so. So just know, if you want to do something, you want to get somewhere, and I have the ability to help you, push you, drive you, steer for you, kick down doors for you in any way, I have no problem doing it for anybody. I don't even know if there are people who I had never met before in my life walk up to me to ask me something. I will help you. I don't care, because I want to see us all win.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
And I
true.
believe that to be you, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, E. That was
Absolutely.
good.
That was
I
really
appreciate it.
good. That was really good.
Johnny, that was your last question. We all good? All right.
Yeah, CT said he was going to finish it up with that.
Finish it up.
That was a perfect way
That was
to
awesome.
end it.
Yeah, you guys did a great job. Thank you so much for all of your questions. They were very thought-provoking. Seems like we got to some stuff there. Y'all might know a little bit more about me than most people now. Uh-oh. I'm a little worried about the playback now. I'm a little worried about the playback. Gonna be honest.
Welcome to season 2.
Yeah, well, hey, isn't that the truth? Come on, season.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for doing that with us today. It's been a wonderful opportunity. What we're gonna do is, guys, we're gonna go ahead and close out, and we're gonna kick over to our next interview. So, you know, I think Johnny, my liege, you're up. We're gonna make sure we get to learn a lot about my liege. You know, we get to, you know, I'm asking the question. So we're gonna have some fun. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. CT, Johnny, you got any last thoughts or anything you want to give to anybody for our kickoff?
I don't. I'm just over here. Well, one, I'm nervous about my questions. So that's the main thing I'm thinking about. So no, I ain't got nothing for nobody else.
CT?
Oh, I love you, E. You are a special kind of person. And
Yes, he is.
and I appreciate you continue to be an agent of chaos for all of us, right? So those of us who may not be as comfortable in chaos, as long as we've got you with us, we're gonna be all right.
That's right. That's right. Well, I appreciate it. So, guys, you can see us on YouTube or any of the social media platforms that we are currently posting out there. I know we're on TikTok, YouTube. We have Instagram and Facebook. We're also on your Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast streaming. So just know that we're out there for you to listen to watch, view in. So if you have the opportunity to like, follow, comment, share, and be there, be a part of the conversation. Because who knows, we may be interviewing you next. So
Maybe.
yeah, who knows? And with that, I would like to go ahead and wrap us up for our first episode back of season 2. Woo woo. Yes. And you guys know what you can do. You can just chill until the next episode. All right, have a good one.
Peace.